anybody tells them. And they're so gullible to believe things. In fact, their minds were so open, their brains spilled out. That's the problem here, right? You have to sort of resist this. So let's give some examples, all right? I think I have a roving mic. Oh, I'm messing with the sound guy. I love it. So let's go right off. Let's see. Let's just talk about UFOs. Just
UFO sightings. Nice.
You look out, you see lights in the sky, and you don't know what the lights are? That's what the U stands for in UFO. It stands for unidentified. That should be the end of your sentence. You don't say, I saw lights in the sky. I don't know what they were. They must be intelligent aliens from outer space visiting us in a spaceship. No! You just said you don't know what it is. That's where the conversation should end. Go on, start talking about the weather or something. Come on now. What else do I have? UFO sightings. Why am I up there? There we go.
Alien.
Anybody here been abducted before? Because all of you, okay.
All of you.
So here's the thing. I don't have a problem if you've been abducted. I just need more than your eyewitness testimony to account for it. Here's the rub. In the court of law, eyewitness testimony is very high-level evidence, whereas in the court of science, it is the lowest evidence there is. You come into the lab saying, I swear I saw it. I don't care. There's some better data than information that has to be processed by your brain. The human system of biology is a bad data-taking device. Now, here in America, you can go to the bookstore and buy this.
How does this change yourself against alien abduction?
Now, I bought this book. I read this book. I heeded its advice. That's why I'm here today. So here's the thing. If you're abducted, and you're on the slab and they're poking at your gonads, because that's what they always do. We know this is what aliens do, right? What you have to tell the alien, oh, look over there! The alien turns away and snatches something off the shelf, okay? The ashtray, it doesn't matter. Put it in your pocket and they go back, right? Then they set you loose. You come back. Now you have something better than your eyewitness testimony to provide the scientists. Something alien manufacture. And if they came from another planet in another galaxy, anything off their shelf is going to be interesting. Right? That's your lesson next time. Now, how about the inept aliens? Okay. What's this with aliens coming to Earth and crash landing? What's wrong with them? I don't want to meet those aliens. Get me ones that know how to land, okay? Those are the ones I'll bring to the president, all right? I would think if an alien could cross the galaxy, it could figure out how to land on Earth. Crash flying, so give me better data. What else is going on out there where there's no skepticism? What else do we have? Swami levitation. Yeah, how about that? You've all read about this. You can go on the internet. What a source of this kind of thing. You get pictures of people just floating there. Now, for all I know, there's a Swami levitation button on Photoshop these days. You just click it and float people. So a lab. Or, there is a way to do this. Laws of physics allow you to levitate, but it requires mass consumption of beans. So I'll say, I don't want to give any more detail than that. Laws of physics allow you to levitate. In principle. I found this photo. There's a floating canopy, right? How about conspiracy theories? This is curious. This is all about people who are already sure they know what's true. And then there's a point where they're missing some data. So they say, oh, this has been covered up by other people. So they don't let you know that. And so all the gaps in what it is they want to believe are filled in with claims that everybody's holding a secret to prevent their idea from being shown to be true. That's a conspiracy theorist. And so conspiracy theorists are people who are uncomfortable with the absence of data. And they somehow believe that everyone can keep a secret. But we know that's not true. In fact, you know the saying, the only way to keep a secret between two people is if one of them is dead. That's how that works. And how about this? There are people out there who think we never went to the moon.
The moon hoax.
Well, what an interesting society we live in, where our technology is so advanced that people stand in denial of the technology. What a compliment that is, isn't it? But I'm telling you that the people who think we never went to the moon, they haven't had enough physics in their life. Because take a look at this photo. The Saturn V rocket, the mightiest rocket ever to be launched in the history of the world. The Saturn V rocket. You can calculate. Am I too loud?
No.
Okay. Good. This is on too. So I just want this. And then, that's better. Yeah. I was at the bar last night and I felt an urge to tweet. But it was really late, and so I called it The Universe After Hours. That was fun. I will tell you what I tweeted. Let's go back to my Saturn V rocket. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So the Saturn V rocket, you go in there and you say, well, where are the astronauts in that rocket? They're at the tiny tip. There's a 32-story hunk of hardware, and there's the tip. At the tip. And all the rest of that is fuel. Okay? You can calculate how much energy that fuel is. And it's enough energy to get you to the moon and back. You can calculate that. So the moon hoaxers say, we never went to the moon. Wait 2003, Mars was closer to Earth. We were closer to each other than we had been in 60,000 years. Say, ooh, I went to look at Mars tonight. It's closer than in 60,000 years. In fact, it made headlines of newspapers. Look at that. Mars is going to be close up. No one, they forgot to ask an important question. Okay, how much closer are we? How much closer? I'll tell you how much closer we are. Ready? Where are we? Seattle right now? Okay, so here we go. Let's say this direction is west. I don't know for sure, but let's pretend this is west.
I wish they would put it back on.
How much closer? It'd be like doing this, ready? Oh, we need me in the screen for this.
Thank you.
Thank you. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Ready? I've never been this close to Asia before. With that news story. Some have no capacity to think about uninteresting records. You understand? We think they're all Guinness Book blockbusters. What else we got going? Let me put up there. Oh, aliens on Mars. This was fun. Okay, do you remember the Viking missions to Mars? There was an orbiter, a Viking orbiter. It went to Mars, and it took this photo. There's a face on Mars. Not just any face. It's a simian face. It's not a lobster face. It's not a bird face. It's a simian face. There's life on Mars. Most life on Earth doesn't have that kind of face. You go to another planet and find a human face and assert that that's life, rather than just some interplay of shadows. So we went back. Let's get a closer view of that. There you go. Kind of spooky, too. The only thing that looks like a face from every camera angle is a face. So let's take this from another angle, with better resolution, with a better camera at a closer distance, and you get this. Now you can sort of see where the eye sockets might have been, but then you get the conspiracy folks that said, the Martians figured out we were looking at them, and then they dusted over it. Once again, making stuff up, asserting a cover-up. What we're trying to do is inoculate you against such delusionary thinking. We have another image of it taken a few years later. Looks even less like a face. It's not a face. Now, that doesn't mean we haven't found evidence of life on Mars. There's a picture I just loaded this morning from NASA. It hasn't even hit the press yet. And so, here it is. Best evidence ever. So, if you look hard enough, you can find other shapes on the surface of Mars. How about the Valentine crater? How about you like that one? Oh, isn't that? What else can we find on Mars? The smiley face crater. What else we got going? How about full moons and birth rate? You've heard this one. Full moon comes and more babies get born. So what do people think of that? Like, you're there on the thing and the baby just gets pulled out into the moon and the moon is just sucking the baby out of it. What do people think? Is this gravity tugging it out, I guess? But here's the thing. The human female gestation period is 295 days, average, from conception to birth. The average time between full moons is 29.5 days. If you divide those two numbers, you get 10. 10 full moons is the gestation period of the human female, which means if you were born during a full moon, you were conceived under a full moon. Okay? Nobody's denying the romantic effects of a full moon. Analyze it a little more deeply, and you get to the bottom of the situation. How about full moons and lunatics? Got a few lunatics in the front row. All right. You know how the argument goes. The moon affects the tides on Earth. Tides are made of water. The human body is mostly water, so clearly the moon must affect the human body. You can calculate how much the moon affects the human body. Calculate that. And here's the answer you get. The tidal force of the moon across your head, because that's what matters here. We're talking about your behavior. It's not your kneecap that you're worried about here, it's your brain. The tidal force across your head from the moon is 1/trillionth as strong as the weight of your bedroom pillow on the side of your neck. So the pillow is 1,000,000,000,000 times stronger on your head than the moon is. But no one talks about pillow ticks or some other philosophy about how you sleep relative to the pillows on your bed. They are absent skepticism. Here's a story just from a few days ago, the supermoon. You heard this one? Remember that? Woo! Full moon, and it was close. The moon was going to be at perigee, closest point in its orbit to Earth. And they said, oh my God, a supermoon. It was even in headlines. Supermoon rises, biggest full moon in 18 years. How much bigger? Okay? Nobody was asking that question. Nobody. How much bigger? Well, let's take a picture. This is taken by a NASA photographer that night of the supermoon. And you say, oh, that's a big moon. Oh, excuse me, it was taken with a 400-millimeter lens from 3/4 of a mile away. Put anything in a 400-millimeter lens, it's going to look big. Well, using Photoshop, I made that moon how big it is at its smallest. Because the moon's orbit is elliptical, sometimes close, sometimes far. What's that range? Well, let's find out. Look carefully, you ready? So here goes. Got that? That's it, there you go. That's the littlest. Then we go back to the biggest. That's the littlest. Okay? Okay, so now the supermoon is not even touting how big it is here. It's saying among supermoons it was big. That's what it's trying to tell us. Well, let's see how big it was among supermoons. Well, if the small moon is like the size of a 7-inch pizza, and an average moon is a 7.5-inch pizza, and the largest of the moon in the month is an 8-inch pizza, then the supermoon, bigger than the average large moon, was this size. Never been this close to Europe before, you know? Supermoon.
Only have 4 more minutes of recording time. Yes.
By the way, do you see the moon on the horizon and it looks huge? It looks huge? Well, by the way, the moon has probably looked bigger to this gentleman than anybody else in this room. But the full moon, it's an illusion.
Right,
and here's what you do. Go home and get a household straw. A straw. A drinking straw. It could even be a coffee stirrer straw. One of the really skinny kind that you can't use for milkshakes. Okay? Take that straw. And if the moon is nice and huge on the horizon, spot the moon through the straw. Through the straw. When you do, you will find that the entire moon fits inside the straw. And I did that up for you. That's what it would look like. There's your moon, inside of a drinking straw. Okay? It's not as big as you think. Take a household camera, take a picture of it, you can barely see what it looks like in the image. Now, what does all this mean? We're here in America. I like to think that But I'm not quite sure. I know other countries do. Enough so that before the euro began, they put scientists on their money. So that while you were buying candy bars, somebody's looking at you who had background in scientific discovery. These are 6 different countries here. We've got Tesla in the upper right and Copernicus in the middle right. Bottom right, we've got Marconi, Saint Exupéry in the left. Let's flip over these bills. You flip them over. This is the backside. Iconography of their trade. Lightning bolts for Tesla. He's big onto electricity. Copernicus has got the sun in the middle of the known solar system. Doesn't stop there. There's more. There's more. There's some more. So here we have Iraqi currency. This is a gentleman from 1,000 years ago who figured out how the eye works. In Israel, we have Einstein. Einstein, of course, was not Israeli, but when you're famous, people claim you. So here he is. Nonetheless, these folks are staring right back at you. Here's some more countries. We've got Galileo, the upper right, Newton, my man, and the middle left. These are important folks. Bottom left is Pasteur. I have no idea what they're doing to that dog in the photo. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Poor dog.
Oh my goodness.
Anyhow, these are scientists staring back at you. When you think of the best engineers in the world, what country do you think of?
China.
Germany.
Germany.
No, someone said United States.
Are you serious?
Today, that's wishful thinking, I think. I don't know. I wish it's a big bad. I don't know. Historically, it's been Germany. Germany makes really good stuff. It lasts. It's high quality. And let's take a look at that German Deutschmark in the middle right. Get a close-up. So this is Carl Friedrich Gauss. Gauss, wait a minute. Let's get a little closer to that. There's a mathematical distribution function on the money.
Wow.
You know, it doesn't matter if you even know what that means. You know it's math. Spending this cash, you say, what is that? It's math. I want to learn more about this. In America, do we have scientists on our money? No, well, there's Ben. We got Ben. Ben liked electricity. So surely there's like a lightning bolt on this bill. Let's see. No lightning bolt. How about a kite? Is there a kite? No. Or a key? The iconography of his electric trade? No. He's on the money as a founding father, with no regard to him being a scientist. He was the most famous scientist in his day, known throughout Europe.